Hello, everyone. Namaste. My name is Bill Austin. I'm a spiritual healer, teacher, artist, and visionary living in St. Petersburg, Florida, in the United States. This is a YouTube presentation about my healing art. It's very funny to me, my spiritual path in general. I graduated from one of the top law schools in the United States, and it's just really wild to me how my life has evolved over time. But what I'd like to talk today a little bit is about the art, the healing art I do. Um, when I was in second grade, I used to be very creative as a young child, and then in second grade, I got an art teacher that asked us to draw trees, and I drew draw a lollipop tree, and she didn't like it, and she was very critical about it. And I basically shut down anything to do with painting for years and years. In July of 2006, I'd just been working with a series of mastery sequences, which I call void mastery sequences. And they're all about awakening the creator God, goddess aspect within you. And a couple weeks after I downloaded several levels of that for myself, I got this inclination to go to Michael's art supply store and buy painting stuff and paints. And it was really wild because I had no idea until then that my life would take such an interesting twist. So I went to the paint store. I looked at the paints. I just fell in love with the colors, and I filled up my little cart filled to the brim with acrylics, and I was on the way to pay for them, and I saw like they had tempers on sale, finger paints on sale. So I dumped all the acrylics away and filled up another basket filled with watercolors. I mean, finger paints and watercolors, and for the next month or so, I painted like 2 or 3 watercolor pictures or tempera finger paint pictures a day for a while. And at first, it was like this very wild obsession. I had no idea how it would fit into my life or my healing practice. And then a couple months later, after I'd migrated away from temperas and watercolors into acrylics, I got that like really this was another form of the healing modality for me, and that I would begin setting intent so that each image I would create would become a healing session. It would be encoded with energies. And how the healing on the images works is real interesting. It works in several different ways. One is the power of color is a very powerful force in healing. So there's a lot of healing energies and spiritual enlightenment energies just in the colors I choose. When I paint, I go into almost this meditative channeling sort of space, and I'm very drawn to work on certain colors. I set the intent. I write down on the back of each painting I do. I write down on the back what the subtitle of it is, and that sets intent. And then I go into almost this meditative prayer state, and then I'm just drawn to work with certain colors, and I put them on paper and put them together and see what emerges. And a lot of times I had no idea what's going to happen. Some of the color choices are very wild. And it's always an adventure to see what happens. And I love that moment of creation of when I look at the image and I say, oh my God, it's such an amazing thing for me. But like I said, there's a lot of healing built into these images, and it's built in several ways. One is through the colors. One is through the intent I have. I work with very high councils of love and emissaries of love and light, and work with a lot of very, very high level masters and beings who are helping to this planet to raise its vibration. And so they're working with me on this, like they work with me on all the other work I do. They work with me on the healing images and helping to bring forth energies and encode them in a pristine way into the art. And the other way the art works is through what we call magnetic resonance. The images are imbued with a very high frequency, and often the ones that people really like a lot are spiritual attributes or qualities or healings that the person is very strong in. Images that people don't like a lot often indicate ones that you're weak in those areas. So when you look at the image, it's bringing up to the surface a lot of stuff that's ready to be cleared, healed, and released. Working with the images is very powerful work. I found over the 2 years I've been working with images, that it takes people about 3 weeks to absorb the coding. When I created my digital art collections for healing, I created a whole bunch of the digital art collections for healing, enlightenment, clearing, abundance, and angelic. And I began packaging together like 10 images at one time, and I found that like it would really help people to jumpstart them energetically with working with the codings by including audio recordings. So every time you order one of my digital art collections, you get an audio recording that helps you to absorb and assimilate with ease and grace the frequencies on the images. The images are very fun. Each month I create probably about 50 to 100 images, and each month I select one or two of the most powerful ones, and I offer them to people on my newsletter. So if you're not subscribed to the Healing Holograms newsletter, you might want to go to my website, www.healingholograms.com. Healing is spelled in physical body healing, and holograms is spelled HOLOGRAMS.com. And in the top right-hand corner of each page, there's like a place where you can subscribe to the newsletter. And when you subscribe to the newsletter, as an added bonus, you get enrolled in my Mastery Training Modules program, which is a series of about 30 to 50 articles. I'm still in the middle of creating them about mastery and applying spiritual principles to enhance the quality of your life. And each of the mastery modules comes with an image, so it's a real, these are free and no charge to you. It's a little bit tricky about signing up for the newsletter. When you sign up and submit your email to the company that manages my newsletter, they'll send you back an immediate email that has response required in the subject line. And I found over time that sometimes these emails go to people's trash folders and bulk mail folders, spam folders. So often they don't see it, and they don't open it, and they don't click on the link within, and so they end up missing out on the newsletter and the Mastery Training modules. Now, how to work with the images. It's best to work with the images for 2 to 3 weeks to fully absorb the codings. All the images have elixir properties to them, so like you can, when you get an image, you can play it under water, and water is very sensitive to vibration. So when you put a glass of water on an image, then it will be encoded with the energies of the image, and when you absorb the water into your system, it's upgrading all the quality of the water in your body, and your body's 70% water. So that's very powerful. Another thing people often do is they may cut up bits and pieces of the images and keep it in their office or somewhere close at hand where they look at fairly often. The first time you look at the images, I'd spend a few minutes looking at them and just notice how you feel. Get centered in your heart, take some deep breaths, and just focus on the energies of the images and just absorb and be open to receive. And the ones you like and the ones you dislike are probably the ones that are calling you for that day. So just make a note of those, and it might shift over time. Each day you're different energetically. So the images, how you react to the images could be very different. It's better to spend 2 or 3 times looking at the images, and basically it's helping to rewire your brain chemistry so that you come back into resonance with those vibration. One of the exciting things for me about the images is I'm a real believer in what I call practical mastery, is applying spiritual principles to enhance the quality of your daily life. So one of the things neat about the images is that they can be put on day-to-day products, and they can help people out quite a bit. I have a whole line of products I put out, and I'd like just to go over some of them briefly. This is for clearing electronics, and it helps you to clear weird energies, less than light energies from electronics. I have a whole line of elixir mugs, and you can put water or beverages in these mugs. This is the one for angelic self-love, by the way, which is perhaps one of my favorite images. I even created a poster for it. And you put water, your drink, your coffee even. It'll clear any less than love energies in your drinks or beverage products. Sodas have horrible energies in them. I love soda, and put it in the elixir mug. Okay, and then I created like an angelic car bumper sticker. It has a lot of angelic car protection on it. It also has a lot of energies around clearing road rage. So when you put it on your back bumper, you're not only protecting your car with angelic shielding, but you're also helping to clear road rage in the driver behind you. This is like one of the little water healing sticker labels that you can use for pictures of water, for a water glass. There's just a lot of different things you can do with the images. These are some more of the elixir mugs. I think probably this is the one for abundance. And then I have another elixir mug here for enlightenment. And then another elixir mug for quantum health and healing. So I have a whole bunch of other products on the website. It's I have like a whole website. It's www.cathaypress.com/energy healing. So I'm just going to put that up here so you can look at that. Okay, so I love this. I haven't really played with it. Or you could just go to the Healing Hologram site and click on Fabulous Healing Products as well. But again, the URL is www.cathaypress.com /energy healing. Okay, that concludes this part of the presentation. Thank you very much. I look forward to connecting with you again on the Inner Planes.